What's up, guys? Midwest Gaming here with Dylan Tischer. What did you do today?
I just got second at the Minnesota Bloomington Regional today. It was an 8-round regional. I was a little disappointed. I didn't get first, but a lot of that was just due to my own misplay errors. Yeah, I did some poor sequencing that I really never done before, and yeah, it's just completely my fault. But anyways, that being said, even though I did go X1 and some people may not count X1 as relevant in the regional, I think this list is still really consistent. And built in a way that kind of connects the side deck and the main deck in a lot of ways, especially for the Orcust mirror, because that mirror match can be very die roll reliant, and winning the game one is really important. So you want to play a lot of cards that you can, first of all, win game one, but then when you're going second game two, be sure that you can break through the board or have enough hand traps to stop the board completely. So that was kind of the approach, and I took this deck. So we'll just get right into it. For the Orcust, I play a very standard lineup. There's 3 Harp, 3 Nightmare, 1 Wand, and 1 Simple Skeleton. That's nothing to explain there. Something that I do a little bit differently is play a smaller Danger Engine. There we go. 2-2-2. The reason why I play 2 and 2 and 2 is because a lot of times when you have a bunch of dangers in your hand, yeah, they're extra extenders, but you want to kind of save your other key cards, Call to the Grave and a bunch of other stuff. And because I'm playing a list that is catered more towards playing those types of techie more cards, I don't want to discard them with dangers. So I found that 6 was the perfect number in being able to see at least one most of the games, and not flood my hand with a bunch of them, but still have the option for a potential extender. So I think the 6 was absolutely perfect. I want to change it. And then sometimes I side out actually 2 Jackalope in the mirror, just because I side a lot of cards in the mirror.
Makes sense.
Just because it's the best one side out, because it can't get hit by Dolphin. Or because this one gets hit by Dolphin, so you want to side it out.
Cool.
And then next, just the Warrior Engine. Small Warrior Engine. Just the connectors and the Armageddon Knight. I don't choose to play Mathematician, and the reason why is because, I guess I'll slide this out now. Even though Mathematician is still really good against hand traps, Connector essentially serves the same purpose in being able to bait out an Ash or Veiler, and if you have one of their extender, that's the combo. But something Connector does that Mathematician doesn't is give your opponent hand knowledge. And I'm playing the Instant Fusion engine for Winda, and for the whole Winda combo. And I think knowing what my opponent's hand is, and knowing whether to save this for a win or something in the mirror or something just to auto-win that game one, I think is really crucial. And I think that trumps playing, this trumps over playing Mathematician and Scrap Recycler in my opinion. Plus it's an easy card to side out when going second. And because I side a lot of cards out going second, this just is perfect. So I guess, yeah. And then I did play the Trickstar engine. If you're not playing this right now, I think you're wrong. It's a 1-card combo every time, and it also baits out back row, which is huge against Salamangreat and Sky Striker, so I think it's absolutely mandatory right now. And then I just chose to play 1-1. I was playing 2 of this, but I'm just wanted to cut 1 down because I wanted to make my deck less smaller, or more small, just so I can see more of my power cards. And it was fine. I never really missed the second where it would cost me a game. And then because of the region, this is a regional, this is my hand trap ratio. I chose just 3 Ash and 2 Impermanents. So because I expected more Rogue, I wanted to play 3 Ash. And I played Impermanents because in the mirror, if they do play Connector and you have the Impermanents, just amazing. If they didn't draw a Harpor, you're golden. And this is also really huge against Salamangreat because almost every time they're ending on a turn 1 Dweller, and you want to have one of these cards to stop that. But if this were a bigger event, I'd probably play 3 and 2. And I'm still playing the Phantom Knight trap, but I think this is still worth it because you just auto-lose to Dweller, and you just want to have as much negation for the Orcust mirror as possible. And not being hittable by Call by the Grave is really nice too. So that's all the monsters and then that. So for the spells, 3 Call by the Grave, obvious, 3 Instant Fusion. So yeah, this is really good. I won a lot of games with Winda, and something Thousand Eyes Restrict against Sky Striker is still pretty relevant too, and being able to clear boards. This is also really important in playing against a Lancia, because if you do like the Nightmare Mermaid combo and it resolves, you can like summon the Galatea and then actually Instant Fusion, get the window under there, and then stack a Ningirsu on top of it. And what this allows you to do is be able to have a floodgate in the field against my opponent when they floodgate me. So then I get one extra turn, and then I can push back and do the Orcust combo. So I think 3 Instant Fusion is absolutely necessary. Then just 3 Light Sage, 2 Terraforming. You always want to see stage, so I want to max out on all that. And then the rest of the spells, I played 3 Twin. This is another insane card right now. But it's a nice side out against the Orcust Mirror going first, like for Lancias. And then the rest of the spells, just 1 Babble, 1 Rhoda, and 1 Foolish. Nothing really much to explain there. And then the traps, I played the 2, the 1, and the 1. Again, nothing much to explain there. But except Redoer is really important, so I think you need to be playing Redoer. I won a lot of games that I shouldn't have with Redoer, and yeah, just gotta play it. So that's the main deck, 48 cards. It's big because I want to have, I want to fit in enough tech cards, but also I want to side out side in a lot of cards to Orcust Mirror. And when you're playing like a 40 card Orcust deck, that's really hard to do. Yeah. So that's why I play like a bigger deck count. We'll just get into the side because they're pretty connected. So of course 3 Lancia, 3 Pink Tops, best card on the side by far. Another tech that I do is Shaddoll Fusion. Same purpose as Instant Fusion essentially. If you get like Dwellered or Lancia'd, it's important to have this to be able to have the Floodgate and protect yourself for the next turn. But also this is still an extender and a back row pop at the same time, so it also serves the same purpose as Light Stage if you draw it going second. And then this is what I side for here. I don't side Phantasma anymore because I don't think it's impactful enough. I mean, like really, it's like all you really get out of it is a draw 2, and you hope you draw Lancia, but they always pop this every time, and I don't want to draw it as a 6th card. It's just so bad. And 10 cards I feel like was just enough. And then the last 2 cards was 2 Typhoon. I expected a lot of, I guess, Striker here, and this is like the best thing against that because a lot of the newer builds are like relying on multi-roll, especially if they go first and stuff. And I also think this is really good against Mine and Draco and a lot of the rogue decks that could pop at a regional. So I wanted to play 2 of that. Right, let's go through the extra deck real quick. It's nothing too fancy, but I did play 3 Galatea. You want 3 in the grind, it came up a lot. Longrisu, one of, don't forget that it cannot attack during a turn you activate the effect. Screws you over. And then I played 3 Nightmares and then 2 Mermaid. I think 2 Mermaid is really necessary because if they stop the first one, a lot of times you can actually like be able to live to the next turn, especially if you have an Ash Blossom and like another Fogblade. And then the second one came up actually twice today, and I'm really glad I played that. And the same with Unicorn's really good. And then just the Bardiche. That's it for links. I chose to not play any of the Borals just because all of the games that I could have summoned them, I feel like I just had one anyway. And I want to have room for the Instant Fusion engine and enough cards to grind in the mirror. So I chose to not play the Boraload or Boral Sword, and I never missed it. I never needed to summon it once. And then the 2 fusions for Instant Fusion, this is really good at outboards, and then the window, of course, for the auto wins, and then just a redo and then 2 Ningirsu, need 2 in the grind, and that is pretty much the deck. And yeah, shout outs real quick. Donovan wanted a specific shout out for his 3 Phantasmas, which I never summoned once actually today. Thank you. And then shout out to Midwest Gaming, awesome sponsors, help us out a lot with cards. And yeah, that's it.